Welcome to your personal energy number forecast for 2026. These videos are unlike any other forecast you're going to watch on the internet. Every year, people comment and talk about how they attract more health, wealth, and happiness using these videos. They comment about how accurate they are and how it helped clear up some confusion for them as they navigated the energies during the year. I'm sure you've already watched all your Western astrology videos, what's going on for Sagittarius, Libra, Taurus in 2026, or Eastern astrology, what's going on for Year of the Horse, Year of the Rabbit, Year of the Rat. I know I've already watched all of mine, but these are different. These are studying the energy in your environment associated with Feng Shui. What are the opportunities, the people, the events, the obstacles, the good and bad being presented to you from your environment based on your energy? And what's a personal energy number? Personal energy number is a number given to you at birth. It's not numerology, it's not your life path number, but it's similar in the way that you get a number and you interpret it. You might be a 1 personal energy number and you might be a 1 life path number, but they're interpreted and calculated completely differently. And maybe you've never heard of any of it, but maybe you're here and you're excited because you like understanding your energy, how you can be the best version of yourself, how you can optimize your year using the energy. That's what these forecasts are for. And if you don't know what your personal energy number is, no worries. I'm going to walk you through a quick calculation, but even better, I've created a free guide. I've created a cheat sheet. Rather than do this math that I'm going to lead you through, you can just click this and look up your birthday and find out what your number is. Especially for you January and February birthdays, because Lunar New Year changes every year, and it's different. Sometimes it's in January, sometimes it's in February. This calculation is not foolproof for January and February birthdays. So if you're a January, February birthday, definitely just get the guide and avoid the math. And before we get into that math, I'm Jeanette Zizikowski. I help high-level entrepreneurs, career professionals, and really anyone who's a high achiever looking to become the best version of themselves create a successful personal life. Because you're likely already very successful on paper, and this stuff does help you be more successful on paper, but we want to also feel successful. And that's what I help people do in an aligned, efficient, fulfilling way. And speaking of being efficient, that's why I created these guides to help you avoid the math and get your number quickly. But also in this guide, you're going to discover where your lucky directions are so you can boost your career direction, your love direction, your health direction to improve those areas in your home. Of course, you're going to find out what your personal energy number is. You're also going to find out what your personal element is so you can create the feeling of peaceful, positive, focus, flow inside your house as well and support your unique energy. So that guide is super valuable if you're looking to create a successful personal life. Once you know your personal energy number, I will give you the forecast, the themes, and the general vibes of what's going on and what you can expect from 2026. The good, the bad, what to lean into, what to avoid, so that you have the most uplifting, fun, positive, and abundant 2026. P.S. At the end of this video, I have 2 amazing offers. One helps you be more efficient and effective than you have in any other year by using the energy in your house, and the other one helps you make more money. Let's get into it. Take your birth year, let's take 1987 for example, and you add the total of those numbers. 1 plus 9, 8 plus 7, 10, 15. 1 and 0 reduces to 1, 15 reduces to 6, 1 plus 6 is 7. Now listen up. If you are a male, you subtract that final number, 7 from our example, from the number 11, only if you are a man. So 11 minus 7 equals 4. If you are female and your number reduced to 7, then you add 4. 7 plus 4 equals 11. 11 reduces to 2. So if you are a male, your personal energy number in this case was 4, and if you are female, your personal energy case in this number was 2. Again, this works for everybody past those February birthdays. If you're a January or February birthday, just go check out my cheat sheet. Second note, if you are female and your birth year reduces to 5, you are actually an 8. If you are a male and your number reduces to a 5, your number is actually a 2. Now that you have your personal energy number, personal energy number 1s, you are up today. We've got a lot to cover. We're going to cover your health, your career, and your relationships. Let's get right into it. Oh, I've got notes over here. I've got notes down here that I do by hand because the calculations I'm doing, like this type of forecast, there is no computer system that can do it. This is the old school stuff. Very cool. Okay, so getting straight into it, the overall theme of the environmental energy coming to you, this is the big one. You're stepping into the 2-year stint that is with the big energy that is kind of pushy, puts some pressure, is forceful, but it's just because it wants to push you to become the best version of yourself. You know how if you're familiar with Western astrology at all, it's like when Saturn comes in, it's when it like keeps you in line, it makes you up level, it like gets you back on track. This is this energy. Personally, I just went through this. I had the 2 years, went through it. And as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, it completely helped me or pushed me. At first, I was like, oh, this sounds so daunting. I don't want to go into a year like that. These last 2 years, I've totally upped my game. And that's what the benefit of having this energy does. You find it within you to like step it up another notch that you didn't even know you had, which is cool. This is also the energy that was saved for the emperors when they didn't want the other like people in the empire. I was gonna say in the neighborhood, but this is the energy emperors reserve for themselves so that they always maintained leadership and they stayed the leaders and the heads of these dynasties. So most people fear this energy, but really this energy shapes you to become a leader of your life. Let's start with your health. So your health, I don't have to say this, you're smart. I'm not a doctor. This does not replace your medical advice, but I think legally I have to say that. And again, everybody who's a personal energy number one, that's a lot of different people. A lot of people are bringing in different astrology, different life choices they've made. Some personal energy number ones are wildly healthy. Some are maybe coming in with some ailments, but the energy of 2026 wants you to keep an eye out for headaches, neck pain, anything really from the shoulders up. This also includes overthinking. So what can you do with this information? If you're already prone to neck pain and to headaches, what are the protocols you have in place to make sure that those like don't become wildly painful and disruptive to your day? Boost those protocols more. Maybe you need to stretch more. Maybe you need to drink more water. You know, whatever it is, if you're prone to those, if you want to prevent them, this is my heads up to you. Some people are already drinking their juices and stretching and drinking enough water, and so you might not even see this come in. But if you notice this year that you're like, man, I have more neck pain than usual, or I have more headaches than usual, or I'm overthinking everything more than usual, this is where I personally find it so comforting to then look at the energy and go, oh, okay, this is temporary, this is just the year. And then even just like knowing that it's not me and it's more just like a energy coming at me helps me even feel better. But I'm giving you a heads up so that you can be proactive. It's a year where, like I said, you might be really in your head because there's a lot going on. But again, I want to reassure you that like I just went through it for the last 2 years. This is fun. If you want to, again, like live this life to the fullest, be the best version of yourself. Like don't sit back and watch your life go by and not push yourself. This energy is really going to encourage you to step it up. And what's nice is that you're working with the energy. When you are like, okay, I feel it. I feel this gust of wind like pushing me in this direction. That also like propels you and makes you move faster than other years where maybe you're just like, oh, life feels boring or stuck or stale. And this is your chance. And this is when you'll get there more efficiently because you're working with the energy. If you don't like go with that gust of wind, if you don't go with this energy that's trying to help you evolve and shake things up, then the other side of the spectrum is like you might just be more in your head. You might feel a little bit more lost, a little more confused because the universe wants you to get going, move, act, try new things, interact with new people so that you can that's when the next steps unfold. Okay, so a lot of shoulder up head stuff. So line up also like in addition to the drinking or the stretching or the like working out, line up. If you're somebody who goes to therapy, likes a therapist, find a good mentor. If it's not therapy you need, but you need some guidance in this new area that you want to like improve at work, or even just a friend, because I have a feeling that you are normally the friend that everybody goes to. I have a feeling you're the friend that everybody leans on, and this year you're gonna need to lean on other people, and that's okay. Ask for help. Don't be afraid to share your emotions. Find the good friend you can go on a walk with once a week and just like let it all out. And movement is very, very good for your health and for your mind, as well as meditating. Like if you've ever wanted to dabble in meditating and kind of learn meditating, this is the year to learn it. In addition to that, you are the water element. So every human should be drinking water, but definitely like replenish yourself with yourself. Drink more water, swim in water, take more baths. Water really nourishes you. So it's a good year to up all of that. And then listen to your body. I'm getting like I'm seeing things in the energy that it's a good year for, or it's a year that your body emotions and feelings might be heightened, And that's your body trying to communicate with you. So a great example is I have a client who, she was recently at a conference, and like she got into the conference was warm, but she was freezing, she was shivering, just like she didn't feel good. And her gut was like, you need to get out of here. Like, you need to get out of here. You need to go home. And she's like, but normally I'm like the good woman who like sits there and listens and says beginning to end. I want to show everybody I'm like a team player. She was like, but my body was just so loud. I listened to it. I leave. And the second I get to the airport to fly back home and everything's like scheduled for me to leave, she's like, my whole body like stopped speaking to me. It relaxed. It was comforted. It was happy. And so that's like something. Your body's going to try and talk to you. Your intuition's going to get louder this year, which is fantastic. Again, in my 2 years of doing this, like before you, because these cycles have patterns. We all go through similar things. It shows up in different ways because we have different free will, we have different lives, we have different variables we're working with. But I can tell you that my intuition also got even louder. I didn't think it was possible, but it did. So it's very cool. So slow down and listen to your body when you feel like an ache in your hand, in your knee, in your neck. Like, listen, what are you trying to tell me? This is a good year to experiment with all of that. Moving on to your career, this is where things get interesting. I think it's all interesting, but this is where we get more interesting. There's like a major awakening and decision point in this like calling you this year. So how does that feel? Speaking of listening to your body, does that feel big? Does that feel scary? Does that feel exciting to lean into that? It is all exciting. Those nudges, those urges, I can tell you, are always guiding you in the right direction. If you're feeling like a change. So there's this big evaluation that's happening. Like, you're going to look at your career, what's working, what's not. You're being pulled towards a more authentic purpose or a higher level of responsibility. These old patterns are ending. The settling for things is ending. A new professional chapter wants to begin, which is so fun. I mean, I'm a little obsessed with progress and achievement and like creating success and tons of money. Like, so I love seeing when anybody's about to embark on this chapter that like opens up a whole nother world to them. And you just need to listen to that. You need to have some accountability, some truth, some clarity. They're all rising, and there's no more hiding from what needs to change. Basically, if you don't change anything, you're just going to feel uncomfortable for all of 2026. If you don't change anything, nothing's going to change, but you might just feel a little more icky and more in your head. But if you listen to this change and you go with it because you're like, all right, the energy, like, it wants me to move. I trust that the next steps will show themselves. I trust the next steps will unfold, which they will. That's when like the next message comes, the next piece comes, and all these puzzle pieces start to fit together, and and then they like, suddenly one day you wake up and you're like, wow, look at this beautiful landscape I now live in. Can you tell I'm passionate about it? So a career rebirth is happening. Be honest about what your soul is calling you towards. If you're an entrepreneur who runs a business or you're in a C-suite position, you're definitely going to be in a position of, are you building a team? Is the core message of your branding and vision very clear? What infrastructure and systems need to be put in place? That's exactly what I went through. I was like, everything's done so well. The foundation's there, the structure's there. There's not possibly anything else I could tweak. And I was wrong. Funnels got tweaked. Website stuff got tweaked, like the way I organize my sales pages, brand messaging, marketing, everything got stronger and more like honed in. So that's what I mean by like, maybe you are already on the right path, but then you're going to hone in even more and you're going to get even better at what you do. And like, if you're creating something, you're going to create it in even better, like detail, even better for your customer. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a business person, or you're a career professional, also, like, this idea of perfectionism and overthinking is going to be around, and you just have to catch yourself. Watch these patterns again. Be like, okay, it's just the energy of the year. I'm going to catch myself and not get too caught up in this. If you're an employee, a manager in a company, this is also a rebirth in a different way. Like, new chapters want to begin. This is a great year if for years you've been questioning, asking for the raise, going up, like in the career, making a pivot. Like, if you want a promotion, this is a year to ask, hey, what do I have to do to get this? And then learn the skill, do the thing, and make it happen. And then at the end of the year, get that promotion because you said, I did all these things you asked me to do. Because in 2 years, whether you're the employee, whether you're the entrepreneur, whether you're middle management, in 2 years, your life can feel just even better, even more stable and grounded and secure because you've really just ironed these things out this year. Personal energy number ones, no matter where you are in your career, what position you have, it's like check everything are things that can be automated. Do you have a clear understanding of all this building foundation, like of wherever you're at? Sometimes it's hard when these are so vague. I want to speak more specifically, but everyone's dealing with something different. So foundation looks different to everyone. And the other thing you're going to face, I got ahead on so many of my notes. I already said so many things. But the other thing you're going to face is while you're like doing your due diligence and you're moving forward more methodically and strategically, we also are working with the fire horse. Fire is already fast, it's going, it's motivated, it's moving, and then we have horse, which brings fire with it, and then your water. So there's going to be this like tension, but it can also feel even more balanced. If you're at a point ever in the year and you're like, I'm feeling depleted, add more water. You don't have enough water, you don't have enough you don't have enough water in your life, and even maybe some metal. That's structure, that's accountability, that's like checklists. But then if you're so moving fast, so inspired, like there's so many things going on in your head, you're creating so much and it's like too much that way, that's too much fire. Did I just say that wrong? If you're feeling depleted because there's been too much fire burning and too much going, you need more water. If you're feeling anxious, in your head, overwhelmed and in like an emotional in your head way, then you have too much water and you need to get back to the action. You need to get back to the creating and the doing and the getting out there and the movement. And while everybody else is running around like a chicken with their head cut off because there's fire and there's the horse, listen to this message and remember that for you this year, it's about being methodical, building the foundation, getting clear on the vision, honing things. You're not necessarily like, it's not a really big year for you to create a bunch of new things. It's like you're building the staircase to the next thing and everybody else is just jumping off a cliff. But keep your level-headedness, keep your clarity, do your due diligence, and don't forget to be methodical and strategic. And then in your relationships, juggling, balancing, managing multiple priorities. This is what's going on in your relationships. I will say overall, your life in 2026, it would be more advised to lean into career stuff. If you're single and looking, you can look for a relationship, you can go about it. But I would say like this is the year to really focus and establish that groundwork on your career. And if you're in a new relationship, then communication needs to be strong because the career is going to pull you. And if you're in a long-term relationship, same thing. Like, hey, I'm not neglecting you. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just so excited and focused and like so jazzed about wanting to focus on my career. So what do you need to do to make sure they don't feel left behind or lost or neglected? Schedule the date night. Schedule these things, even if it's a little unsexy, because you're going to have to go out of your way to create balance. You're going to have to decide what gets your attention, what doesn't. Again, I think it's going to be mostly career focused. Sometimes for people it's health focused. Sometimes for people it's relationship focused. For you, all signs point to career, climbing the ladder. Like you could even get promotions already. So you have to decide because it's not a year where you can do a little bit of everything. I mean, and when I say that, it's like you can always do a little bit of everything, but you're going to really want to go all in career. So communicate that to people. This year, relationships require more intentional balance. You cannot juggle everything for the whole entire year. So just be open and tell people you're really excited and you'd love their support. And I'm sorry if you're single. Look, if you're single and you're like, I wanted to hear I find the love of my life. That's a different personal energy number this year, but I don't know what your astrology is. Your astrology actually could mean that for you. So you have to also listen to your gut. And it could be that you find them while you're focusing on your career, while you're focusing on you. So if you know that this is the year for other variables, for other reasons, you know this is the year you want to meet somebody or figure that out, fantastic. This is the forecast, the energy, the weather going on around you, but you have free will and you can still go after what you want. The whole weather forecast for personal energy number ones to have the most successful 2026, the essentials for making your 2026 amazing is to listen to your body, meditate, get in tune with what your body is trying to say to you, reevaluating career, reevaluate what's working, what's not working. That could also be in health, and that could also be in relationships as well. But then there is a turning point, there's a pivot point, there's a turning of the page, particularly in your career, and you're going to the next chapter. And you can absolutely like lean into this. In the next 2 years, you could be running your own business too. And with relationships, personally and professionally, balance, communication, and just like balance, really lean into that. Also essential for a wildly successful 2026 are these two amazing offers. The first one I said will help you manifest and accomplish more in a year than ever before with more ease, and the second I said would help you make more money. This first one I'm talking about is the 2026 Feng Shui Planner. Just like this is a forecast for your whole year and specific to your energy, every month I walk people through the different energy that's shifting through the month and where in their home they can use to help them hit their goals faster. So if for the month you have a goal of making $10,000 in your business for that month, then I show you where the money energy is in your house. If you're dating and you're looking to find your partner, I tell you where the love energy is for that month and some shifts you can make in your house. The planner helps you measure, because I always say you cannot manage what you don't measure. We reverse engineer goals together, we make goals. It's like accountability calls, it's like free coaching. Check that out. The free link is in the description of this video. And the second thing I'm very excited about is the second year that I'm offering the 2026 wealth maps. Obviously last year it was called the 2025 wealth maps that help you make more money using the energy in your house. It is a customized step-by-step guide based on your house. So I do these by hand. I collect some information about you, your house, your birthday, and by hand, I tell you that in January, move this water feature here, and that will help promote the money energy and help you attract more. In March, move this candle over here, and that will help ignite the money energy this month. It is a super customized, step-by-step, no questions asked, no brain confusion. Some of this feng shui stuff is contradictory. You don't know what to do. It's very hard to DIY feng shui. Let me help you out. Let me make it a no-brainer for you so you can just sit back and receive more abundance and more money with ease. People loved these last year. I create things like feng shui has worked for me for 12 years. I have a ton of clients, over 100 clients who have seen success after success after success. But whenever I put out something new, of course, I'm like, well, I hope people get it and I hope it works and I can't wait to hear what they get. Let me just read something to you. This person wrote in, it was anonymous. I had asked for anonymous feedback. I was like, give it to me straight. How can I make these better? Did you see anything happen? Were they effective? And somebody wrote in and said, in regards to the entire wealth map experience, I guess I was just most surprised that it really worked. I trusted it would, of course, but in my experience, even when I'm doing everything right, I often see limited results. This year, it was different. It made me feel closer to earth too. Like I had more of a sense of belonging to earth, to life. Like I also could eat at the table and not just serve. I am someone who could take directions. If you give me something to do, I can do it as long as it's specific. So the wealth map itself was that voice I needed that cut through the confusion and helped me just get it done. Oh my gosh. These things are amazing. The testimonials, the positive results do not end there. There's a link in the description. You can see how everybody's experience was, because I know that feng shui sometimes can be like, do I really want to give it a try? Only good things can come from you giving this a shot. And it doesn't matter where you live. I had clients from Bulgaria, Germany, New Zealand, Australia, the Netherlands, from all over the world. Doesn't matter the size of your house. It can be big or small. It can be a studio apartment. It can be a duplex. Doesn't matter. You can absolutely purchase them now at pre-launch price, which ends December 7th. And then after that, I sell them till the end of February because they are done by hand, because these are customized. I do these by hand. There's no software that does anything like this that you can spit it in and spit it out. Even ChatGPT would not be accurate on this. There is already a wait list. There is already a queue. I shouldn't say wait list, but there's already a queue. People have purchased. So if you want yours hot and ready by January 1st, buy them now. If we're honest, most people start out with Feng Shui or come to Feng Shui because money and love, that is like the two popular things. I can help you make more money by tapping into the energy in your house. So you have that extra support. So you get the downloads, you feel more in flow. Someone else wrote in and said they felt like they took more risks and trusted themselves more and like just trusted the universe more because they knew that the energy in their house had their back. So if you want to feel that inflow, that the universe has your back, that your home feels good, that money is inevitably coming to you, grab your 2026 wealth map. Oh, and here is a video, or over here, or over here, over here, describing what those 2025, I'll film another one for 2026, but in the meantime, here's what is in those wealth maps, a sneak peek.